And we are live. Awesome. Hi, everyone. Welcome to our Horizen Weekly Insider number 109. Today is Monday, October 25th of 2021. Thanks for joining us live here on Discord and YouTube. And please be aware that this call is being recorded and will also be available for you to check out later in our Horizen podcast in case that you miss any of our updates. Also, please remember to ask your questions on Menti to the team so we can answer them at the end. Let's kick it off with our first update from the engineering department. I'll welcome Alberto.
Thank you, Angie. Okay, first of all, I'd like to start by saying that this has been a really amazing couple of weeks because we had the opportunity to host many of the team members here in Milan and to meet them in person again after a lot of time. So we had the chance to have a lot of technical sessions, deep dives, and more. So really happy about that. We really missed that. So now let's move on with the usual updates and let's see what we have today. So starting with the next delivery, and in particular on the proving system side, we are continuing the implementation for the refactoring of Marlin repository. Always on the proving system side, we have completed the design for the optimization of the Poseidon circuit, and the implementation will start in the next few days. I mean, this is a specific, improvement to have because in some situation the density of the circuit will grow too much. And so we needed a way for, redesign the circuit in a way that we are preventing this behavior. And I think that we found a very good solution that make the number of we will not grow too much the number of constraints, but at the same time we'll keep the density very low. So we have good numbers for that. Okay. Moreover, on the circuit side, we are continuing working on the main chain block reference circuit, so the implementation of it is currently ongoing. For what regard the ZK audit chain, in the next few days, we will perform the final code review of the Java part and the sidechain circuit integration. Okay, now switching to Zendoo. As you know, we have been working on several documents with the technical specifications for partners. And for example, the guide for the mining pool was already finalized and shared. And this week, we aim also to share the guide for the exchanges and for partners using our Explorer. And so we will keep you posted in all our channels. Meanwhile, if you are a pool operator, please let us know your tests, how are progressing, and if you have any feedback, is really, really appreciated. Okay, finally, and last but not least, last week we were also able to conduct a session as a follow-up to what was previously discussed about a specific consensus for sidechains use cases that need a super high transaction throughput. Maybe you remember I mentioned also in the last Weekly Insider. And in particular, we are adopting a consensus that is based on Ouroboros BFT, that is on the family of the Ouroboros consensuses. And this let us achieve a very high transaction throughput, as I mentioned last week. This session was needed to identify the strategy for creating the final proof for the certificate, and so we went through various options, and in particular, we decided to go on with a BFT, a specific BFT procedure at the end of the epoch for providing, a final agreement on the final state of the epoch, and so to be able then to verify these statements in the circuit, and then able to create the certificate. And within the certificate also, there will be also the commitment of the tree of the state. That this will, for example, allow the C sidechain withdrawal also on the let me say on this fast version of the sidechain. Last one thing, one more non-technical update. We are very proud to be sponsoring the ZK Hack event, which is a 7-week virtual event featuring weekly workshops and advanced puzzle solving competition. So each week, participants will be able to learn about key ZK concepts and tools, and also compete to find bugs in protocols and win prizes. So we will post the link here, and in case you are interested in taking part in it. And the event is starting tomorrow. So, have a look at it. Angie, I think that's all. Back to you.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Alberto, for the great updates. Let's continue with Jonathan for the growth section.
Hey, everybody. Good morning. Really excited to announce that we finally launched our first ebook, and it's already been a good success on Amazon. I'm gonna put the link in the chat here so everybody can find it. Apparently, we're the #1 new release in business software, which is really exciting since we only launched it, 4 days ago. So the key right now is for us as a community to purchase the book and give it a good rating. And I'm very happy for anybody who purchases the book to reimburse them for the cost of the book. Just send me a message on Discord and we can, send you the 99 cents back, which is what it costs to purchase the book. The ratings are really important on Amazon. So basically, that's what makes a book popular or not is these ratings. Lucky for us, blockchain as a topic is trending anyway, so we're going to be riding the wave of blockchain into generating new awareness for Horizen through this ebook. So really, really exciting. This is the first of many books that we'll be publishing, and so far it's already been a good success. And that's it for me today. Thanks, Angie.
Great news. Great news. Thank you, Jonathan. Let's continue now with Lucy for the marketing updates.
Hello, everyone. Congratulations, Jonathan. This is exciting news, and we will help promote the ebook. And also, like Alberto mentioned, Horizen is sponsoring ZK Hack. So Horizen is we are sponsoring prizes for this event, and really as ZK technology being the prominent part of the Horizen Zen2 protocol. It is part of our mission to educate the developer community on all things ZK related and help bring more ZK use cases. And DApp Radar, a popular DApp analytic and ranking platform, published an article last week called 6 Blockchains Trying to Solve the DeFi Scalability Trilemma. And Horizen is one of the 6 blockchains featured in this article. So check it out and see how Horizen stands out from the other blockchains when it comes to solving scalability issues. And also last week, Toji published an article about the risk of blockchains slowly turning into centralized databases. He shares his observation and insights into this issue. It's an interesting read for anyone who is passionate about blockchain. I strongly recommend it. And recently, Grayscale Horizen Trust was listed on the OTCQX best market. For people who aren't familiar with the product, please check it out, the Grayscale's website. And Grayscale also hosted a webinar with Rob and Liat from our team some time ago. The webinar deep dives into the Horizen protocol, so please check it out if you would like to learn more. And also Liat, co-founder and COO of Horizen Labs, is recently featured on the FinTech Times. She shared her experiences and insights working in the FinTech field. And lastly, just a reminder that we have an active community giveaway. The giveaway is to celebrate our Zendoo testnet release. Zendoo is accessible and available for developers, and the instructions and documentations can be found on our early adopter program website. The community giveaway ends on November the 15th, so there's still time to enter, and make sure that you do. That's it from me.
Thanks, Lucy. Now let's welcome Zane for the product and engineering updates.
Thanks, Angie. Hey, everyone. For the product engineering updates, product engineering is really broken up into two teams, two sub-teams. One is the tools team, and then the other is the sidechains team. So first, the update on the tools team side. We're super excited about the upcoming Zendoo launch, and we have everything ready in terms of partner submissions. I think a lot of the hard work has been done. We're in this testing phase and prepping in terms of the Block Explorer, both the API side and the UI side. We've also published a release candidate for Zencash.js, and doing just tying up a lot of the loose ends and making sure that we have everything ready for exchanges. And also for Zendoo, we're looking at things from the community side in terms of Sphere compatibility, our wallet, our main wallet, and also being compatible for Macs in terms of a Zendoo binary for Macs. That is all underway. And that's it for the tools team. For the sidechains team, as Alberto mentioned, for the Celsius project, we are in the code review stage, and huge shout out to Paolo Capelletti, who's our lead engineer on the project. Makes complicated concepts, implementations, he makes it look easy, so much kudos to him. We're continuing work on the game chain as well. And then lastly, I know we've mentioned a little bit about a Zenny token and the Zenny sidechain, a Zenny token in testnet. We are just beginning the early stages of design here around having a tech spec for the sidechain itself, an MVP for a web wallet, and a block explorer as well. So much kudos to John, who is our PM, product manager, and Angie too, the project management aspects of it. Doing just the beginning parts of it. And lastly, we are hiring. So if you know of any engineers, software engineers who are interested, please feel free to reach out to me. Thank you. Back to you, Angie.
Thank you, Zane. Let's continue with Erica for some ambassador program updates. Welcome, Erica. I'm not sure if maybe she lost connection, but let's see. No worries. Okay, so now for the final part, let's welcome Dean for the leadership updates and the Q&A session.
Thanks, Angie. So I'm filling in today for Rob, who is finally getting to go home after, I think, a 5 or 6 week business trip, effectively. So he was in New York for several weeks, and now lately in Milan. Heard amazing things about the Milan office and how well everything is running over there. So kudos to Alberto and team. And saw some pictures of the office and even potentially some new office space, which looked incredible. So just want to touch a little bit about what's happening on the BD side, and then a little bit on the finance side. So from a business development perspective, things are really happening at an expedited rate. We received our integrations on Coinbase and Grayscale OTC, which Lucy mentioned earlier. Those are two really big projects for us, two enormous integrations that we had been working on for years, literally years. And Vano gets a lot of credit for just an enormous amount of work and effort over a course of several years, literally. And now the next step is, okay, we're on some amazing exchanges. We're integrated, 40 plus exchanges, lots of major wallets, fiat on ramps and off ramps. But what's next? And so Vano has laid out his path for the next iteration of Zen integrations, which exchanges we're targeting, which wallets we're targeting, how we're going to go about it. So excited to get that process started, and excited to have new goals with respect to which platforms we'll see Zen on next. Also, lots of interest on the inbound perspective, which is a pleasant change. Normally, we're always the ones seeking out partnerships from third parties. I think as our project grows and name recognition gets brighter, projects are reaching out to us now. And as our technology nears completion, or at least public release, we're getting projects that are calling us and asking how they can participate. So I think, can't make any announcements here, but there are several really exciting projects in the works with MOUs signed or nearly signed that we'll be announcing over the next coming months that I think you guys will really like. Moving on just a little bit to finances. So I had the pleasure of sitting in on a monthly cash flow call, and Michelle walked us through the numbers and how ZBF is performing from a financial perspective. And I can say, since I've been with the project, which was early 2018, things have never been better for us. We're in such a great position from a cash perspective and a Zen perspective. A lot of credit goes to Rob for being extremely conservative and making sure that we as a project set aside funds to essentially for a rainy day. And they've just been accumulating, and really we've done a great job, and Michelle gets a lot of credit and Rob gets a lot of credit for making sure that our foundation is in super financial health. Which leads to the last piece, which is team growth. So we are growing. You hear it on these calls every week. Every department is trying to hire, and departments that aren't hiring get chastised. So we're all trying to grow our teams to properly accommodate what's happening in the marketplace and with our project. And again, from the BD side, for example, it's just we're overwhelmed with the number of projects that want to participate in our ecosystem. And I think from the engineering perspective, what I hear is they have a lot of deliverables that they want to deliver in a timely fashion. They need help. So really exciting things in the work. I love seeing our team grow and our finances grow all simultaneously. I think it's a sign of a very healthy org. And overall, we're just in a fantastic position. So with that, I'll end it and try to do my best Rob Viglione impersonation on the questions.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Dean, for the updates. And thank you as well for contributing with your questions, everyone. So the first is a tech question. It says, transactions per second are 1,000. Wasn't it said a lot more earlier? Maybe 10K or 20K transactions per second?
I think it's for
So
me,
I-
Andy, right?
Yeah,
No.
yeah,
Yes.
please, Alberto. I will just say before Alberto answers intelligently, I can just say from a high level what I've been telling people is 1,000 transactions per second per chain. But we have a lot of potential side chains at our disposal. But Alberto, please give us a more intelligent answer.
That was intelligent, absolutely. Okay, so to specifically answer, okay, no. The reality is that when we announced the 10,000 or around 20,000, even around 20,000, were per transaction per second, were the global transaction throughput across all the side chains that were using the Lattice model that is unbounded in terms of decentralization and so on. So that number was related to the global transaction throughput across all the sidechains adopting that kind of consensus. What I mentioned today was related to this specific version of the SDK that is using, let me say, a BFT-based consensus, and that is able to, obviously, I mean, for the consensus itself, it's a much faster one. And the kind of, and also we are not proving the whole history in this kind of sidechain. And for this reason, we are able to achieve a higher transaction throughput inside. Now, so the point here was we have a circuit that is, let me say, not proving the whole history, and so let's take the bigger advantages of such situation by then adopting a consensus there that is aligned to the kind of let me say proving statements that we are doing in the certificate. So no, I confirm that the current transaction throughput in the let me say in the fast version of the SDK is 1,000 transactions per second, and the other one, that 10,000 transactions per second, is the global transaction throughput of the sidechains adopting the Lattice consensus. Back to you, Angie.
Thank you, Alberto. Okay, the second question is, what's the significance of Hzen?
I'm actually not sure how to answer that. What I'm not seeing, Menti. What is the significance of Hzen?
Yeah, me neither.
I'm not sure. Lucy, is there a?
Yes, that was the change from the Grayscale, a private-only investment of Zen, to being able to trade on the pink sheets.
Thank you, Rolf. Okay, so well, I think Rolf just answered it. So essentially, until a few days ago, the Grayscale Trust, people could purchase Zen through the Grayscale Trust, but it was a private instrument. It was not publicly traded, and they, Grayscale sponsored their trust to be a publicly traded security. It was a very long and complicated process for them. They spent a lot of time, lots of legal fees, lots of lawyers, and eventually had that product listed as a publicly traded security, which means today anybody can go out there and purchase Zen through their brokerage account without actually having to take possession of Zen or understand, what cryptocurrency is, what a wallet is. So a really significant change for the project in terms of access. So both to retail investors and also to institutional investors.
Awesome. And the third and final question is, can you tell us more about Zeni token?
I'm actually going to turn that over to Zane. I don't know how much we can share yet in terms of, I know we want some element of surprise. So Zane, I'll let you tackle that one.
Yeah, thanks, Dean. Yeah, great question. Really around the Zeni token, it is something that we want to really have a sidechain that manages a token. It is we're thinking in terms of it being launched on the testnet. The specifics of the token itself, we're still deciding. But like for us, I think in thinking of a token sidechain, it actually unveils like a lot of other things in terms of like supporting tech, meaning that like to have this token, we'd want our community to be able to see, send it, perceive it. So it made us think about our web wallet way sooner, and it would be an MVP. Again, everything is still at the beginning stages and in the design stages. So I think in later weekly insiders, we'll be able to talk more about it.
And if I may add something regarding the Zenny token sidechain, I mean, is the is the first step of the design of the multi-token sidechain. So you can imagine having a sidechain that is able to let you declare new token types, and then where you can specify, for example, the supply. And then you will be able to issue, tokens up to that supply and exchange them. And the long-term vision here is having a tokenization sidechain that is, entitled to emit the tokens, and let everyone issues his tokens, and then having a way for exchanging the tokens between the sidechains and using in other sidechains. So the reality is that we are also already working on a protocol and on the design of a protocol that lets you exchange the tokens between the sidechains, and so you can use it in different sidechains for different use cases. So this is the the DeFi scan. So this is the main idea behind it, and the Zenny token sidechain is the first step. Towards that. Thank you.
Those are very exciting news, and I'm pretty sure that everyone is so thrilled about that. And thank you, everybody, for contributing with your questions as usual. So this is it. We'll see you all next Monday for the latest Horizen updates. Have a great week, everyone. Bye.